Hi, third grade. Today we're going to do Unit 4, Week 2, Day 2 of Fundations. Soon, at the end of this week, we will be taking the Unit 4 assessment already. So let's get started with our drill sounds warm-up. Repeat after me. A apple A safe A wash A squash I itch I pine You up You mule You rule ooh. Good. E ed E Pete O octopus O home O. Y cry I, and Y baby E. Nice work. Okay, we're going to jump right into our word of the day today. So if you look on the screen in front of you, our base word has two syllables. The first syllable, in, right? And the second syllable is a vowel-e word, so it's a long I. Ready? Spire. Say it. Spire. So our whole base word is inspire. Say it. Inspire. Except they want us to use the suffix too. Inspiring. Say it. Inspiring. If someone is inspiring, that means, oh, you really look up to that person. They're usually a good character and they make good choices and they really encourage you to do good things. They're inspiring. Okay, so now I hope you realize that ing is a vowel suffix. So when you attach a vowel suffix to a syllable that is a vowel consonant E, do you remember what we do? Right, you drop the vowel and add ing. I don't know if it does. It let me push it there. So our whole word is inspiring. Say it. Inspiring. Now, in your Castle student notebook, we're going to go ahead and flip to the vocabulary section and find the I's. I believe your first I is on page 68. So if you can flip there now, page 68, that would be great. We're going to spell the word of the day, inspiring, and we're going to mark it first. So let's scoop the syllables. Inspire, and then we always just circle our suffix, correct? Now, in, you should be able to tell me easily, is what kind of syllable? Closed. So we have a short vowel, put a breve there. Spire, remember what it was before we dropped that? It has that long I, right, because it's a vowel dash E syllable. And we move, when we mark that, we want to remind ourselves that it's still a vowel dash E and that I says I by putting that E up there. Okay, so inspiring. Go ahead on page 68, spell the word and mark it, please. Okay, here is what my page 68 looks like in my student notebook. Do you have yours finished and ready? Inspiring. Pause the video if you need it. And let's go ahead and write our sentence. Capital letter at the beginning. My teacher is an inspiring person. Don't forget your punctuation at the end. My teacher is an inspiring person. Okay, I had lots of teachers who were inspiring. I think that's why I myself chose to become a teacher. My teacher is an inspiring person. Now I don't want to forget to scoop my sentence. My teacher is an inspiring person. I think I'm doing 3. My teacher is an inspiring person. There's my 3 scoops. There they are. My teacher is an inspiring person. Maybe yours is, my teacher is an inspiring person. Maybe you just did too. My teacher is an inspiring person. There's another good way to do too. Lots of good ways to scoop a sentence and make it sound natural. Great work. Okay, next you're going to help me build a couple words to review some of the words we've been learning about. Okay, the first word I want us to build, this is a long one. Don't be alarmed. Inflatable. Say it. Inflatable. I use an inflatable raft when I go swimming. Inflatable means you can blow air in it and it inflates or gets bigger. So if you notice, the base word is inflate. 2 syllables there. Can you help me with the first one? In. Right. In. Now, what am I going to do with the second part? Inflate. Help me. Right. F. O. And this is a vowel dash E. Here I go. A. T. We don't want it to say in flat, so we need that silent E in the base word. Now, did you hear the whole word? Inflatable. I use an inflatable raft. It's able to be inflated. What suffix goes there then? Right. Is this a vowel suffix or consonant? Vowel. So here I'm about to attach a vowel suffix, but notice the syllable that I'm attaching it to has that vowel consonant E pattern. What do I do when I have a vowel dash E syllable and I'm attaching a vowel suffix to it? You have to remember this. Right. Drop the E and scooch in the suffix. And if you mark it, remember that E can just go sitting up there to remind you that that's still a vowel dash E syllable and it has that long A sound. Okay, nice work. The second word I want us to build is the word bravely. Say it. Bravely. The fireman bravely saved the cat in the tree. So what's our base word? Brave. Can you help me with it? Go. Let's go. A. V. Can a word ever end with a V? No. And it is a long A, so the silent E makes it that way. Notice my word is a vowel, consonant E syllable, but my word was bravely. What suffix gets attached to that to make bravely? Ly right here. Is it vowel or consonant? Lucky, lucky, lucky consonant. And I love that because when you attach a consonant suffix, you never change the spelling for the base word. You just attach it and that E stays there. Remember? Okay, but what if I almost cleared the cards. I don't want to do that because what if I changed my word to bravest? Bravest. Right. We are attaching now a vowel suffix, so that means we drop the E and attached EST. Very good work. Okay, third grade, we're going to take a second and review some of our homophones or sound-alike words. This word right here, say it, plain. Plain, plain. This means that it's pretty simple, okay? Like a plain shirt that you are wearing. Do you remember our signal for that one? That one might be hard to remember. It's hard to show. Plain. Remember, we just kind of shrug, lift our hands. Some people like to, because you're thinking of a plain shirt. My shoulders are not plain today. They have the animal print, but the rest of my sweatshirt is. Okay? Plain. Let's try this one. Also, plain. Right, let's spell it. Plane, plain. What's this signal? Right, this is the airplane, right, that flies through the sky. How about this one? Missed. If you missed something, MISSED, it was incorrect. It was a failed attempt. So remember, we made the X and frown. All right, what about this mist? MIST, mist, are little water droplets. Okay, good. When it's foggy, there might be mist outside. Okay, this was our most recent one, mail, MAIL. Right, you lick the envelope, seal it, put it in the mailbox. Okay, that's something that gets delivered. What about this male? M-A-L-E. This is a boy or a man. We're just going to show some of them grow a mustache when they're older. Male. Good job. Okay, are you ready for our new ones? Got 4 of them today. So 2 new pairs of homophones. The first one is mind. Say it. Mind. And here's the card that we will hang up in class. Let's spell it together. M-I-N-D. Now, what kind of mind is this? Right. This is what you use to think, your brain. Okay, use your mind. So our signal for that is going to be touching your head, your mind. Okay. Now, before we go on to the next one, I'm thinking we can go ahead in your student notebook, get your castle book back out. Let's go to the Soundalike section. I'll kind of do this with you. And flip to the M's. Page, I'm not there yet, sorry. Page, oh yes, 100, exactly. Now, I'll hold up the definition here, but make sure you're using the correct word, M-I-N-D. What you use to think. Go ahead and write that down. What you use to think, period. Okay, if you need to pause the video because you need more time, you can do that. But your book on page 100 should now look like this. What you use to think. All right, now, sure you can see in your book what is next. Right, mind, M-I-N-E-D, mind. Now, this means something that has been dug up from the ground. Okay, so actually on page 100, because you should still be there, let's go ahead, I'll write it too. Something that has been dug up from the ground. Okay, so people mine for diamonds or mine for coal, things that are buried deep in the ground. Pause the video if you need to finish writing this because I want to show you your signal next. Okay, so I'm thinking that if you are a miner and you go down deep into the earth and mine for things, then you use like a pick, okay, and you pick at the earth and try to dig out coal or try to dig out diamonds. Okay, so miners are people who mine, but if diamonds were mined, they were dug up from the ground. So you can even use a shovel. I like the pick though. You can maybe let's shovel first to get down there, okay, and then we'll pick. I think I like that signal best. Shovel, get down, get down, get down, and pick away. All right, great work. Let's go ahead and look at the next one. You know this. What's the word? Find. F-I-N-D, find. If you find something, that means to locate a person or object. So you have to flip backwards in your book to the F section. I believe you'll find it on page 95. So go back a few pages. And when you find, go ahead and write down this definition. I'll write it too. To locate, a person or an object. Take your time and make sure you're writing very neatly. Remember, you use these student notebooks as a tool to help you. Pause the video if you need more time, and we'll do a signal. All right, so if you find something, I'm going to do the binoculars. And then you go, point and see it. You found it. Okay? Nice work. The last one for today, let me move it on the screen for you too, is find. F-I-N-E-D, fined. Okay, so if you were fined, that means you have to pay an amount of money for a punishment. If you get a speeding ticket when you're driving someday, you will be fined, most likely, because you broke the law. So go ahead again on page 95. I will hold this up and I'll write it too. Having to pay an amount of money for a punishment. All right. Pause the video if you need more time copying this definition down on page 95. All right, I'm thinking for the signal for fined. You're not happy if you get fined, trust me. This is like a signal for money when you rub your fingers together. So maybe like frown and you have to owe money. Okay. All right. The last thing we're going to do is play a game called Guess Which One. So if you're at home and you have a scratch piece of paper, I'm going to read you a sentence that has a homophone in it, and you're going to write down which word you hear that's the homophone or the sound-alike word. Are you ready? The first one. Was it a male riding that bike? Which male did you hear? Was it a male riding that bike? Pause the video and write it down, please. Okay, hopefully you understand that I was asking, was that a boy or a man riding that bike? So you hopefully wrote M-A-L-E, male. Okay, the next one. The impact of the bus just missed the van. Which missed did you hear? I'll read it one more time. The impact of the bus just missed the van. Pause and write down which missed you heard. Okay, hopefully you got M-I-S-S-E-D, missed. Luckily for the van, it didn't get hit by that bus. It was missed. Okay, let's do maybe 2 more. You ready? The planes cannot land in the fog. Plane. Which plane did I use? The plane cannot land in the fog. Try it. Okay, this is talking about the airplane, right? P-L-A-N-E. The pilot would have a very difficult time seeing and landing safely if it was very foggy. All right, one more. The kids safely mined for rocks. Which mined? This is a new one from today. Hopefully you remembered. M-I-N-E-D. That's when they were digging and looking, mining for rocks. Okay, great work with that. Okay, the last thing we're going to do today is some practice with dictation dry erase. So if you don't have your dry erase board at home, no problem. Just make sure you have a pencil and paper to write and practice. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is give you 4 sounds. Okay, are we ready? The first sound I want you to write is iv. Say it. Iv. Hopefully you wrote I-V-E, give, iv. All right, the next thing. Oast. Say it. Oast. This is a closed syllable exception. Right. O-S-T, post, oast. All right. The third sound I want you to write is E. Say it. E. Now remember, we haven't done spelling with vowel teams. So what is the spelling pattern that would make the long E sound that we've talked about in 3rd grade? Let's see. Hopefully you remembered it's E, consonant E, or E-E. Okay, and we're going to do the 4th and final one. O. Say it. O. That's also a long vowel sound. So what have we learned? Right. O-E. Great work. All right. The next thing we're going to do is look at let's do some current words first. Get ready to write those. Okay, the first word I want you to write is live. Say it, live. So you're going to spell it on your pencil with your pencil and paper and then mark it too. Live. Let's see how you did. Pause it if you need more time. No cheating. All right, live. L-I-V-E. Remember, it's I-V-E is that sound for if. Now, because it is a vowel dash E syllable, it's an exception because it doesn't say live, right? Remember, it could say live, but when I said it, it wasn't, right? So make sure you mark the breathe and cross off that silent E. Okay, your next word I want you to write is grapes. Say it. Grapes. What's my base word? Grape. Right, and then I want you to make it plural. Go ahead and try that one. All right, let's see how you did. G-R-A-P-E and then S. Now, to mark it, grape is a vowel dash E word. So it has a long A and a silent E. And then we always circle our suffix. All right, the third word I want you to write is lately. Say it. Lately. What's our base word? Late. And then attach the suffix for lately. Let's see how you did. L-A-T-E and then the suffix L-Y. Now our base word is what kind of suffix or what kind of syllable? Right. It is a vowel dash E. So I put my macron over the long A, crossed off the silent E, and circled L-Y. Lately. Notice, however, I want to point this out. Notice L-Y is a consonant suffix. So we do not move that E. We don't drop it. Okay, we don't change the spelling. Just like with grapes, S was a consonant suffix. We didn't drop that E. Okay, the last word is wisest. Say it. Wisest. What's our base word? Wise. Now be careful. You might have a spelling option there. How do we spell wise? It is with an S, W-I-S-E. Someone who is wise is very smart and knowledgeable. Now, if we want to make it wisest, what do? Right. We drop that E and add EST. But when you mark it, don't forget to push that E up above to remind yourself that wise is a vowel dash E syllable and it has a long I. Okay, wisest. Great work. Next, I'm going to give you 4 review words. All right. Okay, the first review word that I want you to write is the word, it's multisyllabic, so scoop the syllables, expand. Say it. Expand. As I blew air into the balloon, it began to expand or get bigger. Expand. Expand. Okay, let's see. Pause if you need more time before you cheat. How'd you do? Expand. Okay, now the first syllable type is what kind? Closed, put a brief. The second syllable type is and. Right, also closed. Nice work. Okay, the second review word is also a multisyllabic word, so scoop those syllables. The word is instruct. Say it. Instruct. Struct. Instruct. It is my job to instruct you on the English language. Instruct. How would we scoop this? Right. Instruct. What kind of syllable is in? Good. Closed. What kind of syllable is uct? Closed. Great work. Instruct. Okay. The next word. Bragging. Say it. Brag. Bragging. Get your base word brag first, please. B-r-a-g. Brag. How'd you do? Tell me what kind of word this is. Is this a vowel-e word? No, but it is a 1-1-1 word. It's a closed syllable with only one vowel and only one consonant following that vowel. So what do I do before I attach ing, a vowel suffix? I don't want it to look like bragging. You have to double that consonant and star it, and then add your ing suffix, circle your suffix, and you can say that the base word is what kind? Closed syllable, right? Bragging. Okay, and the last word that we're going to mark for the day is drink. I was so thirsty, I needed a drink of water. Ink. You should know of something that says ink. That's a glued sound. I-N-K, pink ink. And be careful with that dur. J. It sounds like j when we say it, doesn't it? But it's drink, right? That is still a closed syllable, but we don't need to mark the vowel at all when it's in that glued sound. All right. The next thing I'm going to give to you are 2 sound-alike words. I'll be right back. Okay, the first sound-alike word is mind. Say it. Mind. I used my mind in order to do my homework. Mind. M-I-N-D. Your brain, your mind. Good. The last one. Find. Say it. Find. I was fined $100 for littering. Not really. I would never do that. Find. This is F-I-N-E-D, right? And we frowned. And we made that signal for money. Find. Good work. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is give you 2 trick words. 2 trick words. Let's see if I can really trick you. I don't know. All right. The first trick word I'm going to give to you is, you know these ones. School. Say it. School. The child loved going to school. You ready? How'd you do? S-C-H-O-O-L. Hopefully you can do that one without looking. The last one, ready? Something. Say it. Something. I had something I had to do after school. Something. It's one word. How'd you do? S-O-M-E-T-H-I-N-G. Something. And I think we'll close off today's Fundations lesson with one sentence. Are you ready? Okay, I've got the sentence ready. I'm going to do it along with you. The sentence is, get a capital letter ready. That wild child. That wild child is quite that wild child is quite active lately. I think we did that one earlier today. Lately. That wild child is quite active lately. That's the end. Pause the video, please, and really try it. I'll read it one more time. That wild child is quite active lately. All right, let's take a look. Did you remember your capital letter? That. Wild, check your work. Child. Is should be fine. How'd you do with quite? Q-U, and that's a vowel dash E, I-T-E, quite. Active, that's one that we know. It has that I-V-E, give, iv, active. And then late, lately. L-A-T-E, the E stays because you're attaching L-Y, which is a consonant suffix. That wild child is quite active lately. I think I actually would do 3 scoops now that I'm saying that out loud again. That wild child is quite active lately. Okay? All right, 3rd grade, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for working hard, and I'll see you back next time.